Hey guys, Tommy with Studio Sense here. Welcome to a brand new day. Really appreciate you taking some time out of your day to stop by and check out today's video. Today I've curated my top 10 refreshing minty fragrances for men. That and more is coming your way, so stay tuned. Welcome back everyone. As I've already mentioned, and as you can no doubt see behind me, today I'm talking about my top 10 minty, fresh, refreshing fragrances for men. That is, fragrances that feature the note of mint in some form. Now, mint comes in many forms. It's been said that the note or accord of mint has been used as early as 1820 in fragrance to good effect. I can definitely understand why that's the case, because whenever you smell fragrance with mint, whether you realize it's a note in that fragrance or not, you're getting a shot or a hit or a jolt of energy. It's got this immediate, instant, wakeful vibe about it that is perfect for right out of the shower. It's perfect for right before work or any activity that requires you to be vigilant. So let's jump into my top 10 fragrances that feature the note of mint. Now this is a top 10, so I'm going to start with 10 and work our way down to number 1. Coming in at number 10 is a fragrance from Mercedes-Benz. It is Mercedes-Benz The Move Express Yourself. Express Yourself is a great apple mint combination. This one actually has a couple of apples in it. It's got pineapple, green apple, it's got peppermint, sage, amber, and patchouli, an all-around well-rounded fragrance. When you smell this, you get just a bit of that mint apple combination. I call it a light apple scent. If you're a lover of apple fragrances, you'll really enjoy this one. It's kind of attenuated as a quick grab and easy reach. It's not meant for a signature scent, as it were, at least in my book. You can't do much better for a quick, refreshing, olfactive jolt of energy than The Move Express Yourself by Mercedes-Benz, coming in at number 10. Coming in at number 9 is one of my favorite, really cheap, inexpensive fragrances and fragrance lines, really, from the house of Alfred Dunhill. This is in the Desire line. It is Desire Blue Ocean. Just like a lot of these fragrances I'm going to be talking about today, it just so happens that a lot of them are underutilized hidden gems. It's one of the few fragrances that lists Granny Smith apple as one of the notes. I mean, most people just say apple, but Granny Smith is a particular kind of apple that pies are made out of, and it's one of the more gourmand kind of apple notes. It opens with citrus notes, tonic water, and lime, and then it goes into that apple and mint combination in the heart. It's a very solid, lightly sweet aquatic fragrance, but my favorite thing about this is it takes that date night sensibility that's in red and Desire Red, infuses it into a blue fragrance, and they did a great job. Alfred Dunhill Desire Blue Ocean, coming in at number 9. Coming in at number 8 is a bit of a mystery for me because it's one of those fragrances that's extremely cheap. So coming in at number 8 of minty, refreshing fragrances is a Frank Olivier fragrance called Sun Java Intense. Sun Java Intense is a unique little beast of a fragrance. The word intense is used to good effect with this one because it does have above average longevity. In the open, it has that refreshing mint note mixed with orange, some other notes, but it lives into the heart and into the base. So you get that refreshing mint throughout the life of the fragrance. Now, again, a peculiarity about this fragrance is if you go to parfumo.net, it's rated as a 9.1, I believe. And if you go to fragrantica.com, this one is extremely highly rated. So it's a very well-loved cheapie that, again, I don't think a lot of people even know about. Just the few people that have put forth the effort to go and rate, place their rating on these sites. So definitely check this one out. A great, refreshing, minty, fresh fragrance for men, and also features great performance for the price. Coming in at number 8, Frank Olivier's Sun Java Intense. Coming in at number 7 is a fragrance that was released near the end of 2021. It took a while for this flanker to come out. The original was released in, I think, 1994. It is a Ralph Lauren fragrance. It is Polo Sport Fresh. Now, fresh is just a generic word to describe many fragrances. You'll hear me and many other reviewers use the word fresh, but this one has a unique balance: mandarin orange, iris, mint, sage, marine notes. So it's an aquatic fragrance as well. And then, of course, woods. The duality of this fragrance is what I really enjoy about it. And what I mean by that is not only a sport fragrance, but it's also a minty, fresh, invigorating, kind of youthful kind of sport fragrance. You can't really ageify sport fragrances because they're really for anyone of any age, but I really like the energy and the vibe behind Polo Sport Fresh. The mint definitely shines through, not only in the open, the mid, but it again lasts the life of the fragrance because it is the life of the party. It's the personality of the fragrance. And that's why it's coming in as number 7, Ralph Lauren Polo Sport Fresh. Coming in at number 6 of my top 10 refreshing minty fragrances for men that are very inexpensive as well, I'll throw that one in there, is a fragrance I've talked about several times on my channel. It is a John Varvatos fragrance, just came out last year, XX Indigo. This is one of those fragrances I like to call a sleeper hit because it's at first it's kind of underwhelming. When you first smell it, you're like, okay, I get it. It's a blue fragrance, indigo, right? And we're not going to the artisanal direction like the artisan line, the XX artisan line. This has that somewhat blingy logo or diadem on the front of it that is very much John Varvatos. It's very much pomp and circumstance and style, but the fragrance is a very solid blue fragrance because this one opens with a very refreshing pink pepper, lemon, and peppermint combination. It's a dynamic trio. It makes use of some very masculine floral notes. You've got Himalayan poppy, there's geranium in the heart, cardamom, patchouli, vetiver, and musk. XX Indigo is kind of a surprising all-around versatile use, quick, easy grab, and for the price, under 40 bucks, definitely well worth a 125 ml bottle, and that's why it comes in at number 6, my top 10 refreshing minty fresh fragrances for men. Coming in at number 5 is a fragrance that recently had a flanker released as an eau de parfum, but I actually prefer the Eau de Toilette original. It is a Boss bottled fragrance. It is Boss Bottled United. What the claim to fame this fragrance has always been is mint and then blood orange. Blood orange is that darker, richer, meatier orange fragrant note used in men's fragrance to bump up the orange appeal. But the reason I like this one better is because it has dual mint. It's got spearmint and peppermint. Also has something called buchu. It's got lemon. It has ozone, some ozonic notes. So you get that kind of aerated, fresh, minty feeling. When you have peppermint in your mouth and air hits it, how it's stronger. That's kind of what this is like olfactively. Very energetic, very enjoyable, very versatile. It's one of the few fragrances in this list that feature not only iris, but also cashmere as a kind of a trio there. And that's why it comes in at my number 5 top 10 refreshing minty fragrances for men. Boss Bottled United, the Eau de Toilette original. Moving through our top 10 quickly, we've already mentioned the top 5. Coming in at number 4 is a fragrance from Kenzo. It is a powerhouse. It is Kenzo Homme, the Eau de Parfum. Kenzo Homme came out in 2016. It's easy to get it confused with there's Kenzo Pour Homme, there's Kenzo Homme Night. The bottles look very similar, again, easy to confuse. This one has kind of an Invictus style sweetness to it, but it is more intelligent. This one features some marine notes, some bergamot, some mint, some lemon. It's got a lot of citrus infused in it, so it's very fruity, but that mint goes straight through the heart. It pierces all the way to the base of the fragrance. It has almost a bubblegum minty freshness about it that is extremely youthful. Probably one of the dumbest grabs you'll ever have to not think about is Kenzo Homme, the Eau de Parfum. If you don't own a bottle, blind buy this one. There is a link below here if you are interested in doing that. That's why it comes in as my number 4 refreshing minty fresh fragrance for men. Alright guys, we're down to our top 3 fragrances. Coming in at number 3 is a fragrance that historically has been really hard to find, which is odd because it comes from a house which is a car manufacturer. Typically when they produce a fragrance, you can never not find it. This one, however, is Bentley Silver Lake for men. Bentley Silver Lake it feels like an aquatic fragrance, but it's a bit past just the basic linearity of an aquatic fragrance because it's so refreshing. And what I love about this silver bottle is not only the very cool presentation, but this as an eau de parfum is a beast on my skin. It lasts 9+ hours for me, and for an aquatic, that's really good. It opens with lemon and peppermint, so straight away you get that minty freshness. Also has lavender, pink pepper, violet leaf absolute in the heart, and I believe amberwood and musk in the base. Wholeheartedly an aquatic fragrance, but again stands by itself as a really nice signature scent. To me, one of the best buys that you can get, and now you can actually buy it. It is available at certain discounters, one in particular, and I've listed that again. There's a link below if you're interested in picking this up. After they disappear, it's probably going to be a while before you see more of Silver Lake available for purchase, at least at a decent price. And that's why it's coming in at number 3. Bentley Silver Lake for men. We are finally down to my top 2 minty fresh refreshing fragrances for men that are also very affordable. Coming in at number 2 is a fragrance from the awesome designer house Guerlain. It is L'Homme Ideal Cool. All of the L'Homme Ideal line are definitely worth owning. There are some that are better than others. This one is kinda sorta a replacement for L'Homme Ideal Cologne. It is no longer available. Very hard to find. If you do find it, someone's typically asking an astronomical price because it is, again, discontinued. But this comes really close. This has that wonderful lemon almond combination that the original L'Homme Ideal Cologne had, but it goes a bit further by adding mint, and that's where the cool comes from. It is almost a sport fragrance, but it's a bit more intelligent than that. This also has aniseed, which gives it just a bit of spicy licorice in the background, although you don't detect overall just a licorice note. It's got neroli, almond, some aquatic notes in here as well, surprisingly. Also some ambroxan. So ambroxan adds to the punch, the power of the fragrance, and that's what adds to its excellent performance. Overall, one of the best L'Homme Ideal fragrances, and that's why it comes in as my number 2, L'Homme Ideal Cool by Guerlain. Alright guys, we're down to my number 1 fragrance that I feel is the most minty, fresh, cool, and refreshing fragrance for men. Happens to be from YSL, Yves Saint Laurent. Is not going to be a surprise to anyone, hopefully. It is Y Eau Fraîche. Y Eau Fraîche is an extremely eye-opening, refreshing, revitalizing kind of fragrance, and it takes that Y DNA that is so well known, throws some very lemony, minty, fresh citrus burst. So it's a very fruity, not only is it already fruity, but you get this extreme turbo burst of lemon, citrus, zest, and a minty freshness about it. And that's why I really enjoy wearing this, and it's great performance. You know, it boasts similar performance, albeit this is an eau de toilette. Lemon ginger pepper is your open. You've got geranium peppermint that packs the minty punch in the heart. Additionally, cleaves through the air with juniper berry. Finally, lavender, cedarwood, and frankincense to give it some weight and depth. Fantastic fragrance, very well rounded. In my book, one of the best Y fragrances by YSL, and that's why it's my number 1 minty, fresh, refreshing fragrance for men that's also very affordable. Now this is probably the most expensive in this list, but I feel for the value that you're getting in the fragrance, it's a very well-performing fragrance and worth the money in my book. Well guys, that's it for my top 10 minty, fresh, refreshing fragrances for men. Energizing, wakeful, revitalizing, great quick grabs for any occasion. If you've got a list similar, or if you've used any of these and have some experience you'd like to share, please do so in the comments below. And if you feel like other fragrances that weren't mentioned need to be added to this list, let me know what those are as well. Thanks so much though for taking time out of your day to check out today's list. As always, thank you so much for your continued support on my channel. I'm Tommy with Studio Sense, and I'll see you tomorrow.